Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And if this is your first time finding me, my name is Gerard. Today we are talking about fragrances, more specifically what I was able to find at my local Marshalls. I do these videos once a week, or at least I try to go into my local Marshalls, TJ Maxx, Burlington's to try to find fantastic deals on fragrances. So if that's content you want to see more, be sure to like this video, subscribe, hit that hype button, all the good things. But let's not waste any time. Let's jump right into it with the store footage. So this week, when I went into Marshalls, I was pretty much looking for this one, and I just happened to find it. And the only reason I knew that this had been popping up in Marshalls was because of you guys. You guys sharing this with me. Hit me up on Instagram in the comments and let me know that you had come across this. So I was very interested, very intrigued. The scent we are talking about is Michael Malul and Jensen's South Slope. And this is one, actually, you know, I had just recently done a first impressions of a Michael Malul discovery set, and I was impressed with the house. I hadn't really tried anything from them before, and this is actually my first Gensense collaboration that I've tried. This will be the first one that I'm trying. I ended up paying $29.99, and I believe that is for, yes, the 100 ml. This is an eau de parfum concentration. I'm excited to dig into this. I have tried other Gensense fragrances, but when he had essentially his own line of fragrances and not collaborating with Michael Malul. So as I always do, I'm gonna bust this open, I'm gonna get it on skin, walk you guys through what I pick up, and ultimately let you know if South Slope from Michael Malul and Gensense is actually any good. Let's get into it. Okay, so here we have the presentation. And I haven't tried these before, but this looks familiar. This looks like how I've seen other bottles from this line look. So I think they're all just pretty much the same presentation, with the label being a little different on each one. Let's take a look at the atomizer. Really nice atomizer, as a matter of fact. Feels a little bit pressurized. It's nice though. Okay. I'm liking this in the air. In the air, I'm picking up very aromatic freshness, maybe a little bit of an aquatic sweetness to it. Some wood, some musk. Nothing really smells overly synthetic. I'm definitely picking up some type of citrus note, which is nice. It's maybe orange or grapefruit, something along those lines. Something with a slight, like a bitter sweetness to it, which I like. I prefer that type of citrus over just overly bitter citrus. I like a little bit of sweetness with the citrus, but yeah, in the air, it's really nice. Nice muskiness. Smells refined and mature in a way. Not as youthful as I think what I might expect, but yeah, it's really nice. Let me smell this off of skin. Okay, getting up close to it. I'm picking up more of that citrus, and it's almost like maybe a combination of some type of lemon, ginger, possibly. Funny enough, this is actually reminding me a little bit of YSL Eau Fraiche, which is now a discontinued fragrance from the YSL line. It has an aromatic touch. I would be shocked if ginger is not a note in here. And it has that sort of fuzzy syntheticness to it that I really enjoy in fresher fragrances. It's not overwhelming, and it's not a turnoff to me. It's not anything that I would be like, it's too synthetic, it smells cheap. Not at all. Not that this smells super expensive or anything, but it definitely smells like more of an elevated, maybe smells a little more expensive than it actually is, at least for what I found it for. I want to say this is much more expensive if you had paid full retail for it, but if I was paying full retail, again, I don't know what full retail was. I'll look it up here. I would say if it was over $100, which I would assume it was, it's probably not worth that, but I would say it's definitely, for $30, smells of really nice quality. Yeah, and as it's drying down a little bit and settling in, that fruitiness is coming through now. So it's a nice combination of fruity sweetness with some type of citrus, which I'm not sure quite what it is yet. It's kind of like a grapefruit, but it's nice. Because I think the citrus by itself also has some sweetness. And then the woods, there's a muskiness. Everything's working really nice and harmoniously together. So I'd be really curious to take a look at the notes. Let's see what's in here. So when I first pull up the notes in Fragrantica, one of the main accords that stands out to me is that ozonic accord. That is that fuzziness that I'm getting. And it's really pleasing. It's pleasant. I think it breaks up the fragrance really nicely and doesn't make this one-dimensional. It gives it a little more depth. So from that point, I'm pretty impressed. Now, looking at the notes, I'm definitely picking some of these up. So the citron, not so much. The Italian mandarin, though, that is the citrus I was picking up, along with that sweetness. The black currant, definitely that fruitiness. Ozonic notes, cedar, lavender, sandalwood, patchouli, and even leather. Now, I'm not getting leather just yet. It is in the dry down, and it's reminding me of something, but I think this is a very interesting fragrance. It's different. It's not your typical freshie. Is it anything groundbreaking? Not particularly. It's not something that, well, I don't want to say it's not memorable, because I do kind of get the vibe that this could be a memorable fragrance when it's used in the right way. To me, it definitely comes across as a warmer weather, summertime fragrance. I'm not sure what the name of the fragrance represents. South Slope. I know there seems to be some coordinates on the bottle, so it has to be a place. And I'd be curious to look that up and see what comes up. You can see the coordinates here. I don't know how clear that is, but that's an interesting touch. So yeah, I want to do a little more research on this. A lot of times when I do first impressions here, I want to go in knowing nothing about the fragrance, if possible. Now, there are times where I know a little bit about it just based on what I hear, and maybe there's some hype behind it, but I try not to do too much research on it, if any, leading into my first impressions in order to not be swayed by anything. So when I would see this being worn is definitely office safe, school safe. It is a really nice grab and go type of fresh fragrance with a little bit of a twist. And again, I'm shocked there's no ginger listed. The notes on Fragrantica, sometimes they hit or miss. They're not exactly spot on. So as it dries down a little bit, I am picking up a little bit of that leather. Now, there was a fragrance that I did a first impressions of. I believe I did a first impressions of. No, I did a revisit of this fragrance because I initially hated it, and it is Sean John's 3 a.m. Some of the real ones are going to know the connection here, but there is elements of Sean John's 3 a.m. mixed with the YSL Eau Fraiche. If you took those two fragrances and you smashed them together and mixed them up in a bowl and put it in a bottle and sprayed it, you're gonna get something like this. Now, if you're a fan of those two fragrances, you're probably gonna love this because it's definitely in that wheelhouse. It's what I'm being reminded of when I smell this. So yeah. Overall, I like it. It's not my favorite, I'll be honest, because number one, Sean John 3 a.m. is not my favorite. I appreciate it more than I did. There's something unique about that fragrance, but some of the fizziness, the syntheticness is here. Yeah, that's a little bit of leather that is tagged on to a otherwise fresher fragrance. That's here. And then just some bitterness, ozonic notes up top. The citrus is reminding me of the YSL with some aromatics. So this has a lot of complexity to it. And it doesn't really smell disjointed. It's a pretty good fragrance, I must say. So I'm going to wear it this week, as I always do. I wear my fragrances, and I talk more about them in my weekly rotation video, which drop every single Monday. The 7 fragrances sitting behind me right now, that's last week's rotation. I'll be sure to link that video down below. And I'll give you more insight as to the overall performance, how long it lasted, how it projected, if I got any compliments, all that stuff. So would love for you guys to come back and check out that video. I'd be curious, what do you guys think of Michael Malul and Jen Sen's South Slope? Is this a fragrance that you've tried? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Drop it in the comments. What's your favorite from this particular line of fragrances? I know he's done a couple of collaborations with them. So drop it in the comments. But guys, if you like content like this, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this video, hit that bell notification so you're updated whenever I upload new content. But until then, have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video.